Ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you very much for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the
Welcome to our top travel destinations. I am your host, Kevin Flanagan. I have been editor of the weekly travel news column in the Sunday Independent and the Fine Wine and Food Guide, and I am here to use my decades of experience to help you know exactly where to stay, eat, drink, shop, and explore when visiting the world's top travel destinations. So sit back and enjoy the wonders of travel as we take off on our magical journey together. Very welcome to our live special mini podcast, no lesser place than Ljubljana in Slovenia. I'm here with a very special guest, Nada Belasus, who is one of the most wonderful people I've met. She is so energetic, and she has many interests that go according to my heart, which is luxury restaurants, luxury locations. We've spent 4 days in Slovenia enjoying the best food and wine.
Yeah.
And she's about to fly off to Thailand. I'm just giving her a few tips about that. And she was going to talk and give us an introduction about the city she loves and lives in. And that city is
Paris, of course.
Anybody listening to our podcast who has not been to Paris, what picture can you paint?
In Paris, there's everything. Whatever you want to see when you visit a country, a town, there is in Paris. There's culture, all kind of culture, and so beautiful architecture, food, music, everything. You just want to walk. You can walk and just see beautiful buildings. There's every nationalities in Paris. It's so easy to get transport in Paris. Now I don't use anymore the car, and even taxi. Like when I go back home late, I will take the taxi. But even there's late subway because I'm tired. That's all. In a like tricky situation, or no problems in Paris in the subway. Never, even at night. So for me, that's the perfect combination.
Yes, and I have to say, last time I was in Paris at the Rugby World Cup, the trains to where we were staying, which is in the Arab Quarter, they came every 2 minutes. I couldn't actually believe it. It was faster than a cab. There's no queues, so it's superb.
That's why I don't take the cabs anymore. There's many apps, like even cheap apps, but like it takes less time to take the subway.
Exactly. How would you describe the magic of Paris? People talk about this extraordinary atmosphere. What is the magic of Paris? For those
the most romantic town in the world. You can feel it when you walk, when you see lovers walking hand by hand next to the tower, even like in small streets. When I walk to Paris, I say, oh, I love Paris. Oh, this is so beautiful. Even I wasn't born there, but I grew up in Paris, and still it's the same. I never get fed up with Paris, in fact.
Where would you stay? Suggesting someone who hasn't been to Paris before, where is a very good place to stay?
Depends. There's good places. I'm focusing on luxury one, but even people that that doesn't have like enough money to go to the luxury part, I mean, they can go in every arrondissement of Paris because with the subway, as I told you, in a minute, I'm exaggerating, but like really short time, you can go in every part.
Is there an arrondissement or a region around the center that you would say is a great place to stay?
The first arrondissement, the eighth, as we call it, the Triangle d'Or, the Gold Triangle, the seventh. I love the seventh.
There is a wide range of availability. Airbnb is still operating.
Yeah, sure.
So you can go from Airbnb to Pensione to fantastic boutique hotels. There's some lovely small boutique hotels. It won't cost an arm and a leg.
I mean, it depends on the period.
Yes. Now, what's the minimum amount of time a couple who have not been to Paris before, how long is the minimum to get a sense of the city, and what time of the week should they avoid if possible? So if I was going to
sure, the weekend, you should all avoid the weekend visiting the world.
Yes.
So for sure, the beginning of the week, for sure, it's better.
4 days.
And you
4 nights or 3 nights?
But I mean, the more the better.
The more the better.
But I mean, even if you come just for a weekend, you will see just few stuff.
Yes.
But like, come on, stay 1 week.
if you can. But if you're
If you
coming
can.
just for a weekend break of 2 or 3 nights,
Yeah, but you
preferably
can.
in-
You can. You book in advance all the parts.
And what must you see on that first short break to
For
Paris?
sure, it's Eiffel Tower,
Go to the Eiffel Tower,
the Louvre Museum.
the Louvre, and pre-book that because it
Yeah.
can be horrendous, the
Yeah.
queues.
Pre-book.
And go early is another thing. Same with the
No,
Vatican.
because not go early because now you can select the hours. In fact,
Now
so
you
it's better.
select the hours. Yes.
Yeah, but you should go to the Eiffel Tower for sure. Near after, there's some stuff that they're free. You go to Cadero, it's in front of the Eiffel Tower, and you have Musée de l'Homme there, and the
Yes.
beautiful restaurant of the Musée de l'Homme with the view on the Eiffel Tower. In fact, there's a substitution of going to the Eiffel Tower because when you go to the Eiffel Tower, there's the Madame Brasserie restaurant and the Michelin star Jules Verne that is amazing too. So when you go to Madame Brasserie, you have the view, beautiful view, but on Trocadero, you don't see the Eiffel Tower. But when you go to Café de l'Homme, you'll see,
In front.
and it's not so expensive, but it's cheaper than to go to eat to the Eiffel Tower, but you're going to see at Café de l'Homme the view of the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
So, and there's also the famous coffee spot that every tourist go there, Carrette. It's in Trocadero too. It's
Okay.
famous for the hot chocolate with the whipped cream. You can see on all media.
And we will put on a little fact sheet that accompanies this podcast. We will have all of these links that John mentioned.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, you can go on and click and find out more.
Yeah.
A couple of other things that you need to do as regards, would you go and see a show? Would you take a river cruise? What would you do?
For tourists for the first time, yeah, you can go to river cruise. I did twice, even as a Parisian, like one at night and one during the day. It was good. Both of
Yes.
them were good. Different companies. Do it once, but otherwise, me, I love the festive dinner of Paris. I love them because there's beautiful places like the restaurant that you have much more fun than the others. It would be Coco. It's at Opera. The place is just beautiful, but the singer is amazing. The food is okay. It's not like the best food there, but this is for the ambience. Like when
Yes.
I was like foreigners that come to Paris, they thank me. I had the best time there. It depends of the day of the week, in fact. But I post it in my account of Instagram. I post everything. The Thursday is gonna be the Giovedì night. It's at the Armani restaurant. I love it. The food is amazing there. So it depends of the day, in fact.
Yes.
And there's some restaurants that are not like well-known tourists, but they are so excellent too.
And that, is there one off the beaten track? I know last time I was
Tell me.
there, I went to the Arab Quarter and with Trish Desine, who's a well-known food writer in Paris and from Northern Ireland. And we went to this little bar and they had cow's brains. They had all this sort of material that people don't eat anywhere else. It was very interesting. What about an afternoon tea or an afternoon coffee or a small...
Yeah,
Ritz?
I love afternoon tea. I mean, in every like 5-star hotels, I love the tea time of Hotel du Louvre. It's really next to Maison de Louvre Museum.
Yeah.
Métro Palais Royal, and the place is just wonderful where you take the tea time.
What can you get? What's the flavor of it?
But you get French pastries, in fact. You got hot chocolate, but real hot chocolate,
Yeah.
with whipped cream. You can choose after with different kind of tea. I just tried Mariage Frère, the famous brand of tea. Mariage Frère tea time. I loved it. Even the place is so good. It's in the 5th arrondissement. It's a hidden place. So you come in to the tea shop. At the back of the tea shop, there's a restaurant. In fact, I didn't know. It's been ages that I live in Paris, but I just found out that there's many hidden spots. So I don't stop to discover spots, in fact, in Paris.
And is there a good resource that if someone is listening to this podcast, they decide to have a few days away, apart from taking your advice and the fact sheet, where can they learn up on the places to shop, the places to eat, the places to stay? What is a good resource?
Instagram for me, me, when I travel, for example, I'm going to Bangkok for the first time in my life, I found every single thing on Instagram.
So you just put in the search bar?
A search bar, hashtag, or not even hashtag. Sometimes you write like I wrote Bangkok, and I found everything. Or I found even like Michelin star restaurant that I'm gonna do like that on Instagram that I didn't know.
And it's all
Or
visual.
or if you want, I did that too. For example, if you like to go to Michelin star restaurant, you go on the website of the Michelin star, and you will choose like the city that you're gonna go, and you find all the Michelin star.
Yes.
Voilà. Now everyone is posting, doing like really perfect videos, like to discover each city. So when you're gonna top like Bangkok or Paris, with the hashtag is good. And after you can start follow like people from Paris like that, and you will see all the videos.
Yes. One of the most impressive things I think about Paris is these specialty shops. It's a unique city, like New York has those specialty shops. If you were interested in going shopping, where are some must-go areas that are on a 3-day,
But I
4-day
mean, for tourists, because there's everything. Champs-Élysées focus. Me, I don't go often to Champs-Élysées because I live in Paris. But like Champs-Élysées, there's a lot of tourists because there's everything. And even the department store Galeries Lafayette, there's a small Galeries Lafayette on Champs-Élysées. You want macaron, there's La Durée. Even macaron, there's the croissant. Croissant La Durée is a croissant with nuts in it. I love it. This is my favorite croissant. But they don't sell just macaron, and you can eat there. You can have brunch, you can have lunch, dinner. There's a restaurant too. But so the famous department store, but my preferred department store is not Galeries Lafayette au Printemps, but I love them. I go to them. But there's one that it's smaller, but small luxury. This is Le Bon Marché in the 6th arrondissement, Saint-Germain. They select, like, for me, the best products or clothes of the luxury brands. The Printemps, there's luxury and non-luxury brands, but there's most of all luxury at Bon Marché, and they select products of all over the world, but really selected products that are so good. When I had my restaurant before in Algeria, like for example, I have to make a menu for the New Year Eve. I will go to Paris, buy some stuff from like Grande Épicerie, fine stuff, to make a fine dining, and then take it to for the restaurant.
Okay. Finally, somewhere to mark a special occasion on this first trip to Paris where you can have cocktails or a glass of good wine, where would you recommend a special evening or late afternoon cocktail or glass?
I mean, bars of hotels or the bars of Plat Bristol. Le Bristol, you can go because there's music too.
Okay.
It's a luxury one, but you have cocktails and music too. The name is Dark Le Bristol, but the hotel it's Le Bristol. But you
Okay.
can go there, it's nice too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
to have fun a little bit, but not too loud the music, just a
Okay.
little.
Any hidden gems that you know that you could share with our listeners of Paris?
Me, I'm fond of Japanese food. It's got the one Michelin star. It's in the 15th arrondissement. This is a Ayoshi chef with his wife. The name is Shikaishi, I think, but we will post everything on your description. I had a perfect time. Like I traveled to Japan, but in staying in Paris. But I mean, there's the famous restaurants in Paris too. That brasserie, you have to go to the brasserie.
Okay.
You have to eat bavette à l'échalote. I love bavette à l'échalote. Meat with the onion and just the French fries, or soupe à l'oignon.
And finally, one coffee place to have a good morning coffee.
I mean, like everywhere in the world, there are many, many spots that open specialty with coffee. Go to a palace, take a coffee. It doesn't cost, okay, for a coffee, it will cost a lot, 5, 6 euros. If it's 10, but it's never 10 euros for coffee. But like, come on, you're in good place with a good building, with a perfect service.
Yes.
You're in Paris, go to palace, take a coffee.
Yes.
Don't eat there. Just take a coffee. We'll have the same view.
That's exactly it. Well, listen, I think you've given me, as someone who knows Paris quite well, some really good ideas as to how to really get the most out of the city. All those details will be online, and you can follow Nada on her fantastic tens of thousands of followers and millions of views. We'll put her Instagram up. Thank you so much.
Bella Spots on Instagram.
Bella Spots. And you can't miss her. And she's a wonderful person. And thank you so much for sharing.
You.